Hello and welcome to the Trivia Quiz Rush, the Beatles Quiz, featuring 20 trivia questions about the Beatles. Now here's the thing, there are people who casually enjoy the Beatles and there are people who know absolutely everything there is to know about the Beatles. So I tried to split up this quiz into two sections. Question 1 to 10 are a little more on the easy side, more general Beatles questions that a lot of people may know. And the second part is the more challenging part, which is question 11 to 20. Now, if you use the red YouTube bar down below, I split the video into sections, so you can directly click to the more tougher questions if you're one of those Beatles diehards. Otherwise, you can just start with me from question number 1. I hope you enjoy. Good luck! And we'll start off gently by completing the lyric. In Penny Lane, there is a fill in the blank. Is it barber, banker, or fireman? It's barber. This classic line begins a description of a quaint street from McCartney's childhood. And which Beatles album was the first to be released in the United States? Is it Rubber Soul, Meet the Beatles, or Revolver? This one is Meet the Beatles. It was their debut US album introduced in January 1964, featuring hits like I Want to Hold Your Hand. Who temporarily left the Beatles during the White Album recording sessions? Is it John Lennon, George Harrison, or Ringo Starr? And you guessed right if you said Ringo Starr. Frustrated by internal tensions, Ringo left briefly in 1968 but returned to a drum kit covered in flowers. And what is Paul McCartney's first name? Is it James, Paul, or Richard? And this one is James. His full name is James Paul McCartney, but he chose to go by his middle name professionally. And which Beatles album was the first to feature only original songs? Is it Rubber Soul, A Hard Day's Night, or Revolver? And correct if you guessed A Hard Day's Night. Released in 1964, it was their first album to exclude any cover songs, showcasing their songwriting evolution. Number 6. Who was the Beatles' original drummer before Ringo Starr? Is it Pete Best, Stu Sutcliffe, or Brian Epstein? And the answer is Pete Best. Pete Best was the band's drummer from 1960 to 1962 before being replaced by Ringo. Number 7. What was the Beatles' original band name? Is it the Quarrymen, the Silver Beatles, or the Liverpool Five? I think this was an easy one. This is of course the Quarrymen. John Lennon formed the Quarrymen in 1956, which eventually evolved into the Beatles. And which song was the B-side to Hey Jude? Is it Lady Madonna, The Ballad of John and Yoko, or Revolution? And you guessed it if you said Revolution. This harder-edged version of Revolution served as a counterpoint to the softer Hey Jude. Complete the lyric again. Hey Jude, don't make it. Fill in the blank. Is it hard, sad, or bad? And the answer is bad. This iconic opening line from Hey Jude is one of the Beatles' most recognizable. And this is the last one for the easier ones. Who was the Beatles' longtime producer, often referred to as the fifth Beatle? Is it Brian Epstein, George Martin, or Billy Preston? Correct, with George Martin. George Martin's innovative production shaped the Beatles' sound and success. And here's the open bonus question for that 1 extra point. Which Beatle was nicknamed the Walrus in their song Glass Onion? If you know the answer, leave it in the comments. And this is the second half of the quiz, question number 11. This is where the more challenging Beatles questions start. Who is the youngest member of the Beatles? Is it George Harrison, John Lennon, or Ringo Starr? The answer is George Harrison. Born in 1943, George was the youngest Beatle and often called the Quiet Beatle for his reserved demeanor. What Beatles song did Frank Sinatra call the greatest love song ever written? Is it Something, Michelle, or Yesterday? It's Something, written by George Harrison. Something was highly praised by musicians and critics alike. Number 13. What Beatles single was the first to feature a sitar? Is it Strawberry Fields Forever, Across the Universe, or Norwegian Wood? Well, you guessed it if you said Norwegian Wood. George Harrison's sitar work here marked one of the earliest instances of Indian music instruments in Western pop. What song did the Beatles perform for the live global TV broadcast in 1967? Is it Yesterday, All You Need Is Love, or Help? This one is All You Need Is Love. This song was written as a universal message of peace and love, perfectly suited for the Our World broadcast. Which Beatles song was inspired by a newspaper headline? Is it A Day in the Life, Penny Lane, or The Fool on the Hill? And correct with answer A, A Day in the Life. It was inspired by headlines from the Daily Mail, including a fatal car accident and pothole issues in Blackburn, Lancashire. Number 16. Who played lead guitar on While My Guitar Gently Weeps? Is it George Harrison, Eric Clapton, or John Lennon? And the answer is Eric Clapton. George invited Clapton to play on the track, adding a signature bluesy touch to the song. Number 17. Which Beatle film shares its title with one of these songs? Is it Help, Something, or Revolution? And the answer is Help. Released in 1965, Help was their second feature film and a comedic adventure tied to the album of the same name. Almost there. What was the Beatles' last live concert performance? Is it Shea Stadium, New York, Candlestick Park, San Francisco, or Wembley Arena, London? And you guessed right if you said Candlestick Park, San Francisco. Their final live concert was held on August 29th, 1966, marking the end of their touring era. 19. Who played drums on Back in the USSR instead of Ringo? Is it John Lennon, George Harrison, or Paul McCartney? This one is Paul McCartney. Paul filled in on the drums for this track during a brief period when Ringo left the band. What was the working title for the song Help? Is it 8 Arms to Hold You, Come Together, or A Day in the Life? And correct with 8 Arms to Hold You. This title referred to the planned movie theme, later swapped for the simpler Help to align with the lyrics. And that's it for this quiz. I really hope you enjoyed, and I hope I succeeded in balancing the difficulty, because that can be quite the challenge for me on quizzes like this. If you did enjoy the video and this video gets a nice amount of views and likes, I will definitely consider into making a part 2 of the Beatles quiz. So please let me know in the comments what you thought of the quiz and like the video, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because it really helps me out. In the meantime, check out these quizzes to keep on playing, and I'll be back this week with more fun quizzes. Until then, bye bye!